Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Creative Friend of Mine. I am happy that you're here. I hope you had a nice holiday. I hope you're having a nice new year. This particular new year, 2024, is hitting me in a particularly, I don't want to say hard way, but like a very resonant way, because I am kind of figuring out what I'm going to be doing with my life. I'm kind of figuring out where I want to go, where I want to put my energy, all the things. There's things that I know where I want to put my energy, like my children and homeschooling and my family and our farm. Like I know that. And also YouTube for you guys. So I'm still really interested in that and really passionate about that. So that's where I want to put my energy too. But there's some other things that are kind of rolling around in my brain. I'm not sure. I'm kind of like feeling it out. I'm trying to figure it out. I think in the world we live in, we sometimes, because things are so fast paced, we sometimes forget that things take time. When I had my friend a few months ago, I talked to you guys about my friend coming over who's going to like help me organize and stuff like that. And, she had said, well, you just got in this new space and you haven't even been here that long and you're kind of like feeling it out and all that. In my brain, I was like, you're right. But I guess I just thought I would immediately figure it out and it would all be gelled and it would all be, just everything would be determined and I wouldn't have to figure it out anymore. And meaning like how to kind of utilize the space best, how to organize in ways that work for us in the best way, things like that. And I'm like, oh, you're right. It takes time. You sometimes have to be in the house, feel it out, be in the house for a while, kind of see, how you use the space and how you use the things in the space. And yeah, so we've been in the space now a year. We've been in our new home for a year in Southwest Virginia, and I really love it here. When we first moved here, and I still love it. I love it. I love how beautiful it is. I love the people that we've met and how they've just been so kind, and just, it's been very different, like how people open themselves up, and it's just, it's very different than what I'm used to, I think, because it's a smaller town, I think, really. Today, I really wanted to talk about a book that I got into, probably been like maybe a month or a few weeks or whatever. And this book has already significantly impacted my life. And I want to share that stuff with you guys. I feel like it could help you too. So I'm sure you've had a friend, neighbor, or whatever, and they like get into a new diet or they read a book and they're always recommending it. And yes, there is something exciting about that, right? So everybody does it. I kind of wanted to see how the changes that I was making in my home, I wanted to see how they were going to shake out. So it's been a few weeks. I think it's been like 3 or 4 weeks at this point since reading the book and starting to kind of implement some of the things from this book into my home. And so now I can really kind of give you guys a little bit more perspective. Now I'm not going to be years in. I mean, I may come back to this down the road, but I'm not going to, obviously it hasn't been that long. But I will say that this book has already made a significant impact in how I manage my home, how my home looks, how my home feels, those kind of things. So that's pretty amazing. And the book is called How to Manage Your Home Without Losing Your Mind by Dana K. White. Apparently she has a YouTube channel and she has a blog and she's been around for a while. I have not heard of her about what she's saying. In fact, she even says, I am not a professional organizer. If that's what you're looking for, this is not the book for you. She also says, if you're an organized person and you do not struggle with, managing your home and everything's great and you want to work on your already wonderful systems and just make them a little bit better, this is not the book for you. Like she even addresses that. But like I said, what she tells you to do is not like out of the box. It's very much in the box. But the thing that is unique is her logic. It's how she's breaking down, how you daydream about your home and your goals and all the things. That's what's unique about how she, breaks down these struggles that you have with maintaining your home. So dishes. I don't know about you guys, but I have struggled with dishes. Dishes are just, we're in the house a lot. I mean, because we homeschool, we are rural. We're not going out every single day. We definitely get out of the house several times a week, whatever, but we're not going out of the house every single day. I'm cooking 3 meals a day often in this house. And the dishes will just, I mean, I used to say I feel like that the dishes grow from the sink, like as if the dishes just grow from the sink itself, right? So what Dana talks about is that you basically stop rationalizing about waiting to run that dishwasher. Stop rationalizing, okay, I'll just put those dishes in and then I'll run it or whatever. Stop doing that. You need to get in routines of how you're tackling these dishes. So what you do is essentially you do all the dishes one day, which again, this is not rocket science, right? Or as I used to joke, it's not rocket surgery. It's funny because you combine brain surgery and rocket science and it's not rocket surgery. Too funny. Feel free to use that. Anyway, so it's not rocket surgery. And so you do all your dishes, you get caught up. Then you unload the dishwasher in the morning and you load it throughout the day and then you run it at night. You do not go to sleep without running that darn dishwasher. Okay? So these are important steps. Again, this is not like amazing stuff to some people. Some people are like, yeah, that's obviously how you do it. Story in the book, she often says fantasy, reality, fantasy, reality, fantasy, reality. And she breaks down people's kind of like misunderstanding or misconception about how to run your house and like how you see your house versus what actually happens. And to me, it really, really resonated and it's been very cool. So I can tell you that right now, I'm just going to have to get on my bed. I can tell you that yesterday was Saturday and my cute little girls with their cute little faces and their cute little dimples and eyelashes. And they wanted to do a cooking competition. Okay. So they wanted to do a cooking competition. So it ended up being really fun. Basically, it wasn't really a competition so much as we both ended up cooking in the kitchen. And it was silly. So then my other daughter was the judge, but really she was just helping it. Anyway, she was really just hopping in and helping us cook. My oldest daughter, I got her a little bit of a cooking set for Christmas. And I share this not because I was like, oh, you need to like be in this role of, the mom who cooks or not why I got it for her, guys. She went to Montessori school before we started homeschooling. And they really teach what they call practical life. She really got interested in cooking. So they teach them how to cut, like to chop vegetables with probably like a plastic, plastic knife or whatever. They just really teach them how to be self-sufficient. That's one of the things they really emphasize in Montessori school. Well, my oldest daughter really got that. She got a lot from the Montessori school and the practical life and all the things. So she really is interested in cooking. So I got her an apron. I got her Pioneer Woman, some cute little things from Wally World, a little crock that had some utensils in it. And I got her some measuring spoons and a little cookie dipper, a little cookie dropper thing. That's what it's called, cookie dropper. They're cute. If you guys know Pioneer Woman stuff from Walmart, they're like very girly. And I thought it was such a cute little gift. For my daughter, and she loved it, so she wanted to use it. That was part of the cooking competition. So anyways, we had a lot of fun. So I don't know why, because she wanted to make soup and mommy ended up making soup, but we did that. So I made soup. She decided she was making cupcakes. She's made cupcakes before. She's pretty good at it. So we're both in the kitchen. If there's anything that like she needs help with or that would be dangerous, I'm like right there, like that's kind of how I prefer it. She really wants to cook dinner by herself. She wants to do all this stuff by herself. She really is compelled to do it. It's not a new thing. Even it's been happening for probably 2 years at this point. Like she really wants to do it. So I thought that was a good gift for her. She really enjoyed it. Anyway, so that's what we're doing. My point is this. There were extra dishes because, you know, she's a little girl and she's using lots of extra dishes. And I also use a lot of dishes when I cook sometimes. I will admit, I really do. But this is my point. So after dinner, there was a little bit of hubbub or whatever that happened, and they were upset. My youngest particularly was upset, and they were like, she needs to sleep up here. And so my oldest daughter comes to, you know, defense of my youngest daughter and is like, hey, she needs to sleep up here for this reason, this reason, this reason, this reason. So they slept in the living room, which is right outside of our bedroom last night. And I wanted them to go to bed, so I didn't stay up and do the dishes. And I really feel it today. So I know that these systems that I have really implemented in my home recently, like, I'm going to get back and invest in them again because I feel it. I know the difference now between having very few to no dishes in my sink to having a lot of dishes in my sink, because we did this cooking competition where, you know, there's now a lot of more dishes. And I've loaded the dishwasher once, but there's still more dishes, which is fine. Like, I'll get to it. It's all fine. But my point is this, that I am really seeing the difference in doing those routines and the benefit to my family and the benefit to my, like, mental health and the benefit to, like, how I feel in my own home versus when I don't do those. So that's what I wanted to say. My kitchen is not clean right now, but it's not because this book did no great job of really emphasizing better ways to manage my home. It's because we did a cooking competition that couldn't really get in there to do the dishes because they were in the living room. Dishes is one way that really made a difference to me with this book. The other is laundry. So dishes and laundry. Now, I don't know why I'm doing this, but dishes, laundry. But look. Okay. Those are two huge things that have to do with managing your home. So laundry has always been a struggle for me, always, for years and years and years. And it just never seems to get caught up or whatever. But you need to do all of your laundry. And then from your stopping point, whatever that is, anything after that point does not go in the laundry. That goes into next week's laundry. I did to catch up with my laundry. I am not being dramatic. I would say at least a dozen loads to catch up with my laundry. That doesn't mean my kids didn't have clothes or whatever. It just means a lot of it was linens and towels and sheets and things like that, because we have enough to kind of, you know, that we don't have to do it immediately or whatever. So it ends up building up. But I was definitely motivated. So one of the things that again, Dana talks about in her book is that laundry does have an end as opposed to doing it every single day or whatever. That was really impactful to me as well, because I did do the laundry, and then I'm not doing it every day all the time. I'm not in a like sort of a half done phase of laundry. Now, I can tell you, just being honest with you guys, full disclosure, I do have a little bit of laundry to do. My laundry day I decided is Thursday. So this book is like flexible. It really is. And it says, you know, if you find that the laundry doesn't work for you, obviously, you know, you're a grown person, an adult, you can figure out when you want to do laundry. I have tried to do the one load a day thing. I really, really have. And it has not worked for me. One of the reasons it has not worked for me is because it's out of sight, out of mind. It is down the stairs, down the hall, and then like a nook or whatever. And that's where my laundry room is. So it's definitely out of sight, out of mind, where if it's, the laundry day, so I decided on Thursday, just know, okay, I'm doing laundry all day. This is what I'm focusing on today. It's a different kind of thing, because I have tried also to do laundry once a day, to do laundry, you know, do a load every day. And then it doesn't take you long to do it and all the stuff, right? Makes total sense. But the other thing that is emphasized is that you probably don't know what 1 week of laundry is in your house. And that was, for me, very, very true. I had no idea what 1 week of laundry was in my house. That was really eye-opening to me. So it's about, I think it's 4 or 5 loads. It's definitely not a dozen. I would say it's probably 4 or 5 loads at this point. That number could change, but I feel like I'm rounding up a little, but that's covering my bases. So right now I have 1 bin in the corner of laundry. Normally there was so many bins in the closet. There would be so many laundry bins just like lined up in the closet against the wall and all that stuff, or there'd be like so many in front of the bed, sort of like kind of in front of the dresser, but not exactly, just kind of the weird nowhere space of my bedroom. That is not happening anymore. So basically I have 1 load in the corner. It's on by my husband's side of the bed. I don't think he hears, but anyway, and it's behind the door. I'm not seeing the bunch of laundry hanging out in my closet. I'm not seeing a bunch of laundry hanging out in the front of my bed or pressed against my bed. Like a lot of times I would put my clean laundry right against my bed, and then the other laundry would be like further out. That was like my landmark within my room. I'm not seeing that. I'm definitely not seeing a bunch of laundry in the closet. That has made a huge impact on my home, really. Dishes and laundry, those are the 2 things that have made a big impact in my home, and those are really big things. So I would recommend checking out this book. It may not be for everybody, and they kind of address that at the beginning of the book. For me, it's been really, really helpful, and I'm still working on implementing the other things, to kind of get it going. But those 2 things, the laundry and the dishes, super helpful and have really made a big impact on my home already. And I'll tell you one of the reasons I know this. So this is just a little bit of an example, but it's true. So my girls really like mango, right? They love mango. We've had a bag of frozen mango in our fridge for too long, really. And they like smoothies. I used to make smoothies a lot. I haven't made smoothies in a long time. So one afternoon, I made them lunch. We had lunch. We did that, put the dishes in the dishwasher, all the things. And then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I'm going to make them a mango smoothie. And I did. And it was delicious. And it was like, just because the kitchen was not this constant mess and the kitchen was not this constant drain on our home, I was like, you know what? I need to do that thing. I need to make them some smoothies. I haven't had a smoothie in a long time. We have this fruit just sitting in the freezer, just hanging out. We have some yogurt too right now. That sounds really good. And so I made them mango smoothies. And I'm not kidding when I say sometimes when there's so much clutter, it like brings you down and you don't even realize it. That's what was kind of happening. And one of the things also in the book that really resonated with me was, she said, a lot of times you get really motivated to clean and all this stuff, and then you start in the kitchen and the kitchen takes you hours, and then you don't have any other energy. You don't have that momentum at all for any other places in your house. That has happened to me more times than I can count. Like so many times where I'm so excited about cleaning. I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then I work on my kitchen and it takes me so many hours that I don't ever have any more energy for any other spaces in my home. The last video I put up was me going antiquing with my dad. And so they were just visiting. And the time they were visiting one morning, I was like, you know what? I'm going to make some bread. It's been a while since I made some bread. I made 6 loaves of bread. So we have a lot of apples to use here that were from our orchard. So we had a lot of apples. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make some apple bread, and I'm going to make some our regular Western white bread. A lot of them went into the freezer. I can guarantee you that if my kitchen looked like a complete mess, I would not have even thought of making that many loaves of bread. I don't know what got into me. I don't know why. I was just like, yeah, I'm going to make some bread. We ended up giving some of them away as sort of like a Christmas gift or whatever. And yeah, it was lovely. And I had bread, like I'm still eating the bread. It's been a while. But I'm still, eating it or whatever. And I put a lot of it in the freezer and I still have that or whatever. But it was just, this was not be anything that would even come into my brain to do if my kitchen looked like a complete tornado had been through it, if it looked like a complete mess, if the dishes were stacked above the sink. Like, there's no way I would even have thought of that. And so cleaning up your space, making it more manageable, it really opens up your life in big and small ways. I hope this has been an interesting video for you guys. I hope you go check out Dana K. White's book, How to Manage Your Home Without Losing Your Mind, because it's been really useful for me. It may not be your thing, but hopefully it is, and hopefully you'll find some value in this book. Because I can tell you there's other things I haven't implemented yet, because again, it takes time. But these two things, dishes and laundry, have already made a huge impact on my home. I hope it really motivates you to work on your home and figure out better ways to manage your home and to manage your space and all of those cool things. So I just want to say Happy New Year. Thank you so much for watching, guys. So please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye. Of course, every time I start filming, my nose itches. Every single time I get itchy. Rustic white bread.